What's up guys, so today we're talking about all the anomalies found in the sewer map of Corridor 10. So the first anomaly we have is the lights. Now there are wall lights and these usually stay on permanently all the time and they're always red. However, one of the anomalies that can be happening to them is they turn off and then they turn off. So they start flickering red and then nothing and then red again. So that counts as an anomaly. The second anomaly that we have is the lights. Now these are roof lights and they are the normal lights that you usually find, which are white colored, and these lights can fall down. Sometimes it counts as its own anomaly and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's caused by the rat. The rat is another anomaly which will make a very large sound and walk by and smash another wall. You won't get damaged by it. I always used to think that you would die to it, but you don't die to it. You can just keep going through the room, although it'll disrupt your flow a little bit. The next anomaly we have is there's two arrow signs. Now, there's arrow sign 1 and arrow sign 2. One anomaly is arrow sign 1 will be missing. The next two anomalies we have is the corridor sign. So the corridor sign number can be any number, so that counts as an anomaly, or it can have the wrong orientation, which it can be flipped or mirrored or anything of the sort, and that'll count as another anomaly. For the next section, we have vents. Now, the vents are usually on the map and they spray out a very translucent white gas. Now, one anomaly that they can have is they spray out red gas, or the vents can be missing. The next anomaly is pipes. Usually the pipes are more of a dark greenish, more reflective color, but in this case, in their anomaly, they can be rusted. Another anomaly is a floor. Now, normally the floor has a lot of rubbish on it in some areas and like paper, just rubbish in general, which is why the janitor's there actually. But the janitor can do a really good job and the floors can be ultra clean, which counts as an anomaly. For the next anomaly, there's two benches. There's bench 1 and bench 2. Bench 1 can be missing while the other bench can stay there, and then the other bench can be missing while the first bench is there. The next anomaly we have is the mail bin. Now the mail bin can be missing sometimes, which counts as an anomaly. In the sewer map, one of the things that makes a sewer map is graffiti on the walls, and there's graffiti in a lot of places, and they all count as one thing. And so one of the anomalies is there'll be no graffiti on the walls at all, or there'll be all graffiti on the walls. So if there's no graffiti on the walls, then that counts. Another anomaly is there's a sewer home. There's another separate sewer that you can go into a manhole, and it'll be the home of the janitor. Now this is really complicated because if there's a sewer home there, the janitor can spawn. Usually if the sewer home is there, then the janitor is either not there or he's sleeping. But that doesn't count as two anomalies, that counts as one. Sometimes when you go down the manhole, the janitor that's sleeping can kill you and you will lose a life. But all that still counts as one anomaly. Now onto the clown section. The clown has 4 separate anomalies. One anomaly is he just has a balloon that pops at the start when you first enter the sewer. The second anomaly he can have is he's dancing and all he does is chase you. I thought he would kill you if he got close to you, but he's more of a friendly entity. The third anomaly you can have with him is he's gonna be on the second bench and you can talk and interact with him. His final anomaly is that he can be in the pipe sewer, just sitting there with his balloon. Onto a different section, there is flies. Flies can just spawn up there. They're really big flies, and they can be an anomaly. I think having 3 flies, walking into 3 flies will kill you, so it's best to avoid the flies. Now onto the electrical panel. The electrical panel usually shines green and its door is slightly open. 2 anomalies can be found with this. Either it's going to be fully missing or the buttons will be red, therefore indicating like electric shortage or the electrical panel is just broken. One anomaly that's near the janitor is the guitar can be missing. Another anomaly near the janitor is the tire. Now the tire has certain objects on it like a book or a can, but those are never missing. The only anomaly with the tire is that it will be on fire. Now onto the janitor. The janitor has probably the most anomalies in the entire game, and I'll go through them. Usually the janitor wears a blue uniform, he's bald, and he has like an old wrinkly face, and he has a broomstick. Now, most of his anomalies are related to that. However, some anomalies aren't. Anomalies such as he can be spinning while cleaning. Another anomaly to do with the janitor is that his hair can be different. It can be white, it can be red, it can be any of the default Roblox ones that you see. Another anomaly to do with the janitor is that he has a change of clothes. He'll either be wearing just a fully white thing, different pants. His clothes will change and you'll notice it. Another anomaly he can have is that he's actually replaced by his cousin. Now this is called the janitor cousin, and going up to him, you can interact with him, but sometimes he takes a life and sometimes he doesn't. And he also yells when you interact with him. Another anomaly is that the janitor can be just missing sometimes, so that's always good to know. Another anomaly is that his broom can be missing. The next anomaly is that he can either be super small or super big, so that's called janitor scale. And the last one is you can interact with the janitor sometimes and he will kill you. Another anomaly that I find kind of disgusting, I call it the Silent Hill anomaly, because if you've played Silent Hill, then there's like there's flesh, blood things everywhere, and it's really similar. There's two anomalies related to flowers. Now the first one is just a sunflower on the floor, and if you walk onto it, then you'll lose a life. The second anomaly to do with a flower is that it'll be a tree with a flower and the whole floor will be grass green. Another anomaly is that there'll be holes in the walls, and sometimes they're caused by the rats or a worm, and sometimes then they'll already be there. Speaking of the worm is an anomaly. When you walk a certain distance, then it'll say escape the room within 5 seconds or something. So all you have to do is just go back to where you came from, and then the worm will go through, create the broken walls, and it'll be over. And that only counts as one anomaly. The pipe in the sewer usually has nothing in it. Sometimes, however, the anomaly for that can be it is flushing down water. It's really hard to miss. The pipes also have anomalies, not to do with rusting though. These pipes are usually just stable, they're just there for aesthetics. However, pipe 1, 2, and 3 can all pop, so that'll count. Another anomaly we have is to do with a random yell you'll hear. When you're walking straight at the start, you'll hear it more towards the right back. So sometimes that pops and sometimes it's hard to miss. Another anomaly is the peeker. The peeker usually just stands behind a wall, and as you walk towards it, then it'll peek and then disappear. Final anomaly is we have the alligator. The alligator makes the whole map, that whole section that you're in, totally swampy, green liquid, submersed in a little bit of a green swampy liquid. As you walk past and hit a certain checkpoint, then it'll say don't move, and if you move, then the alligator will eat you and you will lose a life. So, that's all the anomalies found in the sewer map. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.